In last video, we will see how to create a virtual machine manually over the GCP. So over the last video, we created this test VM, and that particular test VM having internal IP and external IP. These internal IPs are coming from the subnet, which is a part of VPC. So let's check where the VPC is. Here it is. So right now, that particular IP address coming from the default VPC. Whenever we create any project over the GCP, that particular time default VPC automatically created. This is the default VPC. And if we're talking about the production environment or over the organization, we are never use the default VPC. We have to create a custom VPC, and over there we have to create the subnets, and after that we have to fetch the IP address from that particular subnet. If we're talking about the Terraform, over there we have a multiple types of provider. Let me see. You have to click the Terraform providers, and here we have basically providers are split into the three parts: official, partner, and community base. I will explain you later about these categories, but right now our main focus is to create an infra over the Google Cloud. So I'm going to select the GCP provider. Now click over the documentation. Here you can see how to use the providers. So this is the syntax to use the provider over the provider for the GCP over the Terraform. For using the provider, we have to supply this information over the Terraform file. Here I'm going to create a Terraform file which we will use for creating the VPC. So the main thing which we have to take care is Terraform file extension must be .tf. And here we have to copy these parameters related to the provider. And this is the default VPC from where IP address is coming. We was using the US central one, and IP address are coming from that particular IP ranges 10.128.0.0. Here you can see that 10.128.0.0//20. This is the CIDR range for default VPC inside the US Central 1 region, and our machines are also created inside the US Central 1 region. So that particular IP address is coming from the default VPC, and default VPC having the subnet inside that for region US Central 1, and IP address is coming from this range. So with the help of Terraform, first we will try to create a custom VPC. As over the production environment, we never use the default VPC. So I'll tell you how to create a custom VPC with the help of Terraform. So let's copy this parameters. and paste it over there. Also, we have to supply these values. What will be the project ID, what will be the region, and what will be the zone. So we are going to use the US Central 1 region with US Central 1 A, B, or C, any type of zones you can choose it. And the reason behind that for using the US Central 1 is there will be a less cost as compared to the other region. That's why we are going with the US Central. So this is the project, and I have to copy the project ID from here. This is our project ID. Also, right now, this console, we access it with the help of my username and password. Then only I am able to access my GCP project. But at the time of creating the infra with the help of Terraform, we require the service account. In last to last video, we will see how to create a service account, and end of that particular video, I downloaded one JSON key. We have to use the same JSON key for authenticate the GCP environment. Here you can see that this is the JSON key which we downloaded in the last to last video. What I did is I copy paste in the current working directory. Also, I change the name of the file. But you can use directly whatever the JSON file downloaded. You can use that particular JSON file. Also, you have to supply the parameters to define. This is the JSON file which used by the Terraform at the time of authenticate the environment. So let's see how to supply those JSON file parameters. Here we have a multiple type of authentication available. Either we can use user default application credentials. Also, we can use the service account if we are running the Terraform over the GCP environment. That particular time we can define the service account. Also, we can use the OIDC. There are a multiple way to authenticate the GCP environment at the time when we are going to create a infra with the help of Terraform. Sometime over the organizations, if we're talking about the large organization or a bigger enterprise, those organizations are using the Terraform cloud. That particular time, we can define our credentials over the environment variable over the Terraform cloud. Also, we have one more option to use the impersonate uh, service account at the time when we are going to create an infra. I will explain you each and everything later, but right now we are talking about what is the best way, or basically what is the smallest way, or basically with the minimal efforts how we can authenticate the GCP environment. So we will use this parameter credentials. As for the documentation, we have to use the credential parameter, and over there we have just supply the path of JSON file where is it situated. Inside the inside the Google provider, you can define anywhere uh, related to the credentials. Format will be inside the inside the brackets. We have to define the path of JSON file. So this is our our JSON file, service account JSON file. We will use it. We These are the parameters which is responsible for authenticate the GCP environment. Now we have to create a VPC resources. So let's see how to create a VPC with the help of Terraform. So that particular resource is responsible, or we can say responsible for creating the VPC network. So just need to copy these parameters and paste it over there. So let me describe you how is it define it over there. Right now we are creating the infra over the GCP. So that's why we are using the provider called GCP. Inside the Google provider, we are going to define inside which project we are going to create the infra. We are going to create the infra inside the project this one. And that particular over the project, over the GCP projects, we have a multiple regions are available. So we are going to choose the US Central one region, and inside one region there will be a multiple zones available. Zones, we can say that it's a data centers. So inside one region, geolocation region, over there multiple Google data centers are available, and Google call it as a zone. So over there, US Central 1A, B, and C, these are the zones available. So we are going to create the infra inside the US Central 1C zone, or in layman language, or if we're talking about the legacy environment, we call it as a data center. So we are going to create infra inside this location. Now, our another task is which type of infra we are going to create. Right now, I tell you, beginning of this video, I'll tell you at the time of creating the VM, that particular VM will capture the IP address, and this IP address will assign from the subnet, and subnet is a part of VPC. So we are going to create a VPC over there. So resource name will be this Google Compute Network. Uh, we are using the Google Compute Network to create a VPC resource. Here you can define anything as whatever you want, and this is the resource name what you are going to create. So I'm going to save this. To run the Terraform, we have to click over the run, or we can choose new terminal over there. Here the terminal will be open. What we have to do is we have to fire the command terraform init. Terraform init is used to initialize the Terraform. After that, we have to fire the command terraform plan. Sorry, let me check where is the current working directory. Yes. It's showing an error there. It's Terraform cannot find this JSON file, and the reason behind that is our TF file is situated over the different location. So let me change the file path. Now you can see that here this JSON file is available. Also, our code file is available. Terraform init will initialize the Terraform. Terraform plan will check how many resources are going to create. So here it's showing that it's going to add one resources. And what will be the resources? Here are the resources information available. So it's going to create a VPC, and that particular VPC having these parameters. So let's see. Before going to apply, we will see how many VPCs are available over the project. You can see that Terraform Network, Default, and Cloud Worker VPC. These three VPCs are available. And our VPC name will be Terraform-VPC-network. I'm going to apply the Terraform. Also, we have to supply the value, or we have to provide the confirmation that we have to create this VPC. Over the end, it's showing that apply completed and one resource created. Now let's check how many VPCs are available right now. Previously we was having only 3 VPC. We are going to refresh the dashboard. Now we have one more VPC available, which is Terraform VPC network. This VPC was created by the Terraform, and over there no subnet is available.